We were given lots of contradictory information by DAZN and various boxing journalists about what Devin Haney's championship status would be should he lose to Ryan Garcia. With Garcia failing to make weight, he was no longer eligible to win the WBC belt, but it was unclear whether Devin Haney could lose it or not. Before the fight, some sources were saying that he would keep his WBC belt if he lost to Garcia, but during the fight itself, on the DAZN telecast, the commentators were saying that the belt would become vacant if Devin Haney lost. But subsequently, the WBC have now come out and said that Haney will indeed keep his WBC 140-pound title, despite that loss to Ryan Garcia. Now, whatever you think about that, whether you think it's good or bad, justified or not, what's more important are the implications of it. Since Haney is still champion, there's now less incentive for him to pursue an immediate rematch with Ryan Garcia. I'm not saying he won't, but there's less incentive to. He's in a very strange position now. A world champion who's coming off a loss in which he was humiliated. Let's be real, down 3 times, beaten up. Everyone remembers Ryan Garcia goading and showboating in the final seconds of the 12th round, sticking his tongue out at Devin Haney. Those clips have gone around the world, all over social media. Now, whether you think this is right or wrong, it is a fact that in the eyes of many boxing fans, despite all he's achieved up to this point, Devin Haney needs to redeem himself. Until he does, he'll be looked at by many fans as a paper champion. Again, right or wrong. And redemption would have to take the form of a revenge victory over Ryan Garcia, or a victory over Isaac Cruz, Teofimo Lopez, or Subriel Matias. It kind of reminds me of that song from one of the Rocky movies. There's no easy way out. So what's Devin Haney gonna do? Surely not move up to 147. There might be less talent there, but Ryan Garcia is potentially looking to move up to 147, and there's a monster lurking in that weight class in Jerome Boots Ennis. And so I think the options at 140 pounds, while all very difficult, would be better for him. Now, obviously, Devin Haney could make a voluntary defense in the meantime against a hand-picked opponent, but how many people would actually pay to see him do that? Boxing is a spectator-driven sport commercially. If you want to get paid the big money, you have to get people to buy tickets and buy pay-per-views or subscriptions. And if Devin Haney cares about the way he's perceived by the public, then a voluntary defense against a hand-picked opponent would do nothing to prevent many people from looking at him as a paper champion. And to be clear, I'm not saying that I see him as a paper champion, necessarily. I'm talking about the way many members of the boxing public will obviously view him. So, where does he go from here? What does he do? Who does he fight? How much has that Ryan Garcia defeat taken out of him, physically and mentally? Will Devin Haney ever be the same again? There are so many questions. Let me know in the comment section what you think the answers are. If he were to fight one of the other champions at 140 pounds, how do you think he'd get on against the likes of Teofimo Lopez, Isaac Cruz, Subriel Matias? Would you pick him to beat any of them? Give me your thoughts.